Greetings and välkommen. I'm Catherine of Sky and I hope to make your day refreshingly Swedish. So today we're going to look at all the different kinds of ice creams that I find unique in Sweden. Most of these are going to be either my favorite ones or things that you can't find typically in the United States, and just highlighting some of the really unusual flavors that I found out here. Now, there are going to be several different ice creams featured, and don't worry, I'm not eating them all on the same day. I'm just going to wear the same clothing every time I record, so the video kind of looks, I don't know, coherent or something. Also, I'm going to mention where I buy these ice creams. This is not a specific endorsement of a specific store. It's just where I bought them, just in case you have a hard time finding them. All right, the next one we're going to try is called Pon Split. Split, technically. Yeah, you can see the picture of the pears on the box. This one is a funny one. This is one of the things that actually inspired me to do this video, is because Swedes have different flavors that they make products out of, like pear ice cream, for example. We also have some ananas. What is that? Pineapple coming up soon. Anyway, this one is kind of interesting. The outside section, as you can kind of see on the box, is kind of icy, and the inside is more like creamy. So these are kind of nice. I enjoy them. It's a little bit more of like, a lot of times I like chocolate ice cream. But this is more of like a icy, fruity kind of fun thing. Anyway, yes, before I totally open it, it comes in the traditional heart little wrapper here. And I'm just opening this up. Here's the ice cream bar. It's not very big, but it's good, and it has a lot of flavor. So the whole top is like a crust of the icy stuff, and inside you get this creamy stuff. You got to be careful because the ice can kind of tend to chip away a little bit. But as you see in the center, it has this kind of cream. I think it's meant to sort of emulate like a banana split. It's hard to describe what it tastes like because all of the flavors just kind of like meld together. It's fairly sweet, especially the icy outer section is pretty sweet. On the inside, I don't know, it just tastes creamy. It doesn't taste vanilla, more like, I don't know, does it taste banana? Kind of trying to sniff it. Cold things don't sniff very well. It does have a little bit of like banana-y flavor, like the whole banana split idea, pear split, I don't know. Whatever it is, it does taste quite good, so I enjoy these. This is like, over time, of course, the second box that I bought, I enjoyed it enough to buy it again, basically. So, yeah, I like it. Now, this is an ice cream bar, and it's called Extra, and it is a Co-op brand, or Coop brand ice cream, so you can only get it at Coop. And I love this one because of the texture and the almonds. Now, this is kind of I would say a very typical style of ice cream in the United States. But this one, I don't know, I think it's better than the ones I've had in the US. This is kind of, if you're familiar with Magnum, that's a very big brand in the US as well as in Sweden. This is kind of like the cheaper copy of a Magnum bar. I think this box is something around like 40 crowns, which is like $4, compared to, buying Magnum, which is usually 3 bars for 40 crowns, which is $4. And this is 6 bars for 40 crowns. So it's a much better price than Magnum. And I feel like it has very high quality as well. So I'm going to take one out here, and this comes in just a very plain white wrapper. Now this one I'm highlighting because, oh my God, it's so good. It's one of my favorite ice creams to have in Sweden. So as I'm opening it, I open the end, and then I kind of split it down the middle. And there's a very specific reason I'm not just tearing this thing to shreds, is because when you eat this thing, sometimes the chocolate chunks kind of rain down and can do so on your clothing, which is not ideal, as you can imagine. So anyway, we have this ice cream bar. As you can see, it is very chunky with the amount of almonds here. And I'm going to bite into this so you can see how thick the chocolate is. Okay. Almost had a rain. This is very, very good. Okay, so here's the head-on view, and you can see how thick this chocolate is. It's not, sorry, it's not zooming very well, but you can see that the chocolate is very, very thick. Now, this is milk chocolate, but it tastes really, really nice. It's on the sweet side, but in general, I find that Swedish ice cream is a lot less sugary and a lot more flavor than American ice cream. So there is that. But the almond slivers, you can see those are thick as well. This is a very, very nice ice cream bar because the flavor of the vanilla ice cream is also very good. Yeah, the vanilla ice cream is very high quality. It tastes very, very creamy. Sorry for saying very, very so many times. I just like this ice cream bar. Anyway, but yeah, that's that one. The milk chocolate is also pretty flavorful. It's on the sweet side. I tend to prefer dark chocolate when I get the opportunity. Man, I would love an ice cream bar that's dark chocolate and almonds and vanilla ice cream inside, or even chocolate ice cream inside. I love chocolate. It's good stuff. All right, so let's get on to the next one. So the next one I got just the other day, and it's quickly become a favorite of mine. This is kladdkaka, which translates into sticky chocolate cake. And what it is chocolate ice cream with little chunks of sticky chocolate cake in there. You can see the little dark spots. They're kind of a little bit spongy, a little bit sticky kind of. A little bit, I don't know, like fudgy sort of. Anyway, here we have our bowl of delightful goodness here. Now you see I have edited it somewhat from the original form, and I have added wild blueberries I got at the market the other day, as well as some Malvina strawberries. Oh my God, they're good. So I'm going to try this. I'll try it without any of the berries first, so I'll give you an impression of just the purest form of this. Oh my God. Oh, by the way, yeah, this is made by Sieglas, which is a very big ice cream company, and they sell at all the stores, I think. This flavor is absolutely delightful. This has such a really rich chocolate flavor. The cream is also very, very smooth. It tastes like almost like has a smoky flavor to it. Really, really nice. Now let's try it with a strawberry. Oh, perfection. I think there is no more perfect ice cream. This might be perfect. It's really good. Like I was saying previously, Swedish ice cream tends to have less sugar. Same with cakes as well. Any kind of like desserts. There's more flavor, less sugar. I think in the US, they usually substitute sugar for flavor. Flavorful ingredients tend to cost a lot more, but sugar is cheap. So, however, having said that, this giant box of ice cream here isn't very expensive. I think it's around 40 crowns, which is like $4. And then you can get small ones, which I'm going to show later in the video, for a lot cheaper, even like $2 a piece, or 20 crowns. So let's see. These wild blueberries have so much flavor in them. They're really, really tasty. Now I just had a chunk of the sticky chocolate cake stuff. I think I've tried something very similar in the US, where it's got like, it's a little bit like cakey, but also like chewy. It's almost like a brownie. I wonder if that's what it means. It's like brownies, not sticky chocolate cake. I just asked Google Translate for it. This is great. I think I really love the berries on this. And yeah, the way this is different from American is there are similar flavors in America, but again, the sugar is a lot less, the flavor is a lot more. This is really great. I highly recommend this flavor. So this is a new ice cream I found just today. It is called Sitting Bull. And anyway, it tells you here, it has strawberries and with vanilla glass, which is like, you know, vanilla ice cream. Glass is ice cream, though they sometimes called gräddeglass, which is cream. Grädde is cream, and then glass is ice cream. So it's extra creamy ice cream, I guess. I don't know. And then crispy streusel, which is you can probably tell, sprinkles. I don't know why they call it sitting bull. I don't really know that because, yeah, I don't know. Comes like in a little packet like this, white on the other side, and we're gonna try this. I liked it. I had one bar earlier, and it was like, ooh, this is nice. So I wanted to share that with you because it's kind of funky. I don't think I've ever seen sprinkles on commercial ice cream, other than maybe an ice cream cake. This is what it looks like. It's got these nice little sprinkles all over it, and it sheds everywhere. So make sure you keep your wrapper to sort of eat in. You can see the sprinkles shedding. It's very nice though. Oh my god. The flavor of the strawberries is real. This is so tasty. So I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of got these layers as pictured on the box. Very crunchy. I don't know if you can hear me crunching or not, but the sprinkles are very crunchy. And I actually like having sprinkles with my ice cream because it adds a lot of texture. Trying to like bite so you can see in the center. I'm not successful though, but let's see. Can you see that? There's a little bit of layers. So it's like vanilla combined with strawberry. Oh my gosh. My little buddy is here. I get a special visit from Emma. Here's my Emma. Too much kissing. Kissing too much, the cat. Cat reminds me to be human and just chill and relax. But anyway, so I recommend this. It's a bit on the sweet side. I will say it's a little bit sweet. See if we can get you in the oh. Rawr. Okay. Here, look. A sniff? Cat sniffs? Sorry about that. It's shedding everywhere. I have this mini vac. I call it a pet vac because it's very good at picking up pet hair. And anyway, I'll need it after this sprinkle thing. It's very good. The flavor of the strawberries is very strong. And I don't know, it's just really tasty. And it doesn't taste artificial. It tastes like the strawberries I ate just from the market just a bit ago. So anyway, very much recommended. Again, this is called Sitting Bull. Try to find it. I found it today at Co-op. All right, so the next ice cream we have is Pon Split. Now, if you speak French, I don't expect you to speak Swedish, but you might speak French. Ananas, of course, is pineapple. I always get confused by this word because it has a very similar ananas, like banana. But it's not about bananas. This is pineapple. And this happens to be an ice cream bar that is half covered with chocolate. So let's look at this. Kind of an interesting one. Again, I got this one at Co-op. This is from Triumph Glass. Triumph ice cream. And yeah, let's try this. We'll open this thing up. And this has been a very fun project, I have to say. It's my job to try ice cream. Wow. Anyway, so the bar itself looks like this. Now, I have tried this before, and I like these. The only thing I would say is I wish there was more chocolate. As in, I wish the whole thing was covered with chocolate. I think they do this just for fun effect or something. But when you're eating it, it tastes really nice to have both the chocolate and the pineapple flavor. So let's give it a good go. Yep. So this thing has a very interesting texture. I don't know if you can see this or not. There's 3 distinct layers. The outside chocolate is very, very thin. And that's okay, but it provides like just a tiny hint, a touch of chocolate. And then the middle layer is the kind of icy, fruity flavor of pineapple. On the inside is kind of a creamy layer. Now, as you're biting into this, there's first like this little crackle, and it makes a very nice sound when you crunch into it of the chocolate. And when there's that sort of icy taste or texture of the pineapple layer. And then the cream layer is kind of like ice cream. But it's definitely, I don't think it's vanilla. I think it's definitely like banana. Because, you know, the split name, like a banana split, it does taste kind of gentle and mild banana-y. Not very strong. It's quite nice. Mm. Mm. Yeah, that's really nice. Like I said, the only thing I would wish for this bar is that their chocolate continued all the way down, because I don't know why you would want to remove chocolate. Chocolate's amazing. We love chocolate. So yeah, but this is a really nice ice cream bar, which I really enjoy. Very, very nice and cooling on a hot summer day. And oh my goodness, we've had heat waves over here. So yeah, I definitely recommend this one. It tastes really good. So now I want to show some ice cream that comes in containers, like these little guys. They have these really tiny little containers. They're actually quite cheap compared to some of these in the US. They tend to be like really specialty, different companies that make very expensive ice cream in tiny containers. But these guys are actually quite cheap, between $2 and $3 a piece. Now this one is popcorn with caramel. I've never seen any popcorn ice cream in the US. And because there are many of these flavors, I'm going to do a couple in each of these segments. So I'm pairing that with apelsine chocolat, which apelsine is apple from China, which is an orange. So this is orange chocolate ice cream. Again, a flavor I've never seen in the US. This is from Cieglas, and oh, they're both from Cieglas. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if they go very well together, but again, I just wanted to put two in the same segment. So here they are. We have the orange, which is obviously orange, and this is the popcorn. So the orange I've tried before, and I really like it. It's good. Now, orange chocolate seems to be like a favorite flavor amongst the Swedes. There are different varieties of this. Sometimes it's more like syrupy chocolate. This is more like layers of chocolate with the orange. So let's try this. That is so nice. The orange flavor is really strong, and it tastes super nice. It has kind of the aroma of real oranges as well, so it makes it taste really natural and very good. Yeah, that's great. One of my favorite ice creams, because again, I've never seen it in the US, and it's one of these like, oh my god, I love this. This is cool. So then this is actually not my favorite version of orange chocolate, but I don't remember where we got my favorite version. I can't remember which store it was, because each store has their own like store brands, and some of them are the national brands that you can get. So yeah, I'll have to figure that out and see if I can get my favorite one. But anyway, this one is still very good. So now to this popcorn and caramel. They have Magnum bars, which you probably know that brand in the US. They also have, it's called some kind of Star Chaser. I like those. They're quite good. This is not bad. I kind of like the Star Chaser better, the actual bar. But this kind of has, there's a little bit of crunchiness. It tastes like actual popcorn in here, like buttery popcorn with a little bit of caramel. And the rest around it, of course, is just vanilla ice cream. But yeah, there's like this big swirl of kind of caramelly stuff here. It's pretty nice. I find it a very strange flavor. I know my partner really, he's like, popcorn is horrible. No, I think it tastes weird, but it's also good. I think it's good. I think I like the bar better with less ice cream and more of this like caramel flavor and stuff. But it's pretty good. It's not bad. So anyway, that's yeah, that's those two. All right, so the next ice cream treat I'm going to try is this one. It's called Emil i Lönneberga, and it's got blueberry jam in it. You can see right here, and I love the little kind of cartoon pictures on it. It's really cool. It opens up like a little treasure chest, so that's kind of fun. So let's try this. This is good. This is actually something that I regularly buy. It's very, very tasty. And again, it's weird flavor, blueberry. This is the package it comes in. So they're individually wrapped. And it's kind of a good thing too, because they have the possibility to be a tiny bit messy. So when you take it out, you are given this. And this is basically the thing wrapped in a sort of like a hard paper slash waxy something something. So let's go ahead and unwrap this. Oh God, it's getting messy now. It's getting slightly messy. So at some point you can pull off the end. Was I successful? Yes, I was successful in doing that. Good. So you end up with a bunch of paper, but you kind of see why that's necessary because there's a lot of ice cream on top, and then you have the blueberry in the middle. Now, tasting this, so the ice cream itself has blueberry in it. You can see I've just kind of eaten off just a tiny bit there without having any of the jam on top. But if you get a little bit of the jam is very, very strong in flavor, and it's very good. I like it a lot. And then we also have a little bit of chocolate around the edges as well. So, this is a really tasty, very tasty treat. The jam does go down inside the ice cream as well. I don't know what the history of the name of this is, but I probably should look it up and tell you about it one day. Because it is a very unique kind of thing, and I've never seen any blueberry ice cream in the United States. So this is another one of those like crazy things that's just fun for being here. So no review of Swedish ice cream would be complete without one of our favorites, the dime cake. This is like it's not really ice cream. It's kind of like a frozen treat, sort of. It's a cake, and it has this kind of like nut filling in it. It's hard to describe. Here, I'll show you what it looks like on the plate here. So we have the cake here, and it's got a little bit of freezy stuff on it, but so we have different layers of stuff, and the stuff that looks a little bit like mulch, that's the nut part, and I think it's hazelnuts. Anyway, this is one of my absolute favorite treats. I always keep one in the freezer just in case I have company over, because this is the perfect thing to share with your people, with any companions, friends, family, all the things. This is so good. So we have these little chunks on top. Those are crunchy. The layers here, I don't know what the white stuff is. Let me just see that. Is that like just cake? I think it's cream. It's actually cream. Or, I don't know. Oh, it might be marzipan. It has a little bit of like texture like marzipan, but I don't know. It's very good. Whatever the heck it is. It's very, very good. I love those nutty flavors. Nutty layers. And flavors. And all the things. So here we have just a tiny bit of a layer here. It's so rich. This is actually too big of a piece. I cut a way big piece. Or too big of a, oh my God, my words are not happening right now. But I cut way too big of a piece, and it's so rich that you just like are almost overwhelmed by the sensations of chocolateness and all of the nut flavor. It's so flavorful. Yeah, I think the white stuff is like, it's got to be some kind of like a cakey stuff. I don't think it's just cream. I think it's cakey. Kind of looks a bit cakey. But anyway, it's very thin, and the most of the flavor is just chocolate and hazelnuts. It's fantastic. I urge you to get some. Again, that's the dime chocolate cake. They have it in every single supermarket here. It's very, very popular. They also have dime flavored, well, it's a chocolate bar that you can buy. And they also have like ice cream cones and different things as well with dime flavor. It's kind of like, would be kind of like Oreo has all kinds of different stuff. They've got cookies, ice cream, chocolate bars, different kinds of stuff. But this is a flavor called dime, which is the hazelnutty stuff and the little chocolate crunchies on top. So excellent stuff. Get one, have one at home. Just keep it at home in case you get company coming over. The next set of ice creams I have to show you are ones in little containers again. This is strawberry, and I know there are strawberry ice creams in the US, but these are Swedish strawberries, and they're so good. They're very, very tasty. Also, this is Päron milk chocolate, which is pear with milk chocolate. It is not a sorbet. This is ice cream, pear ice cream. Isn't that wild? Um, I don't know why it is that America doesn't have a lot of these unique flavors. Well, I call them unique, but I mean pears are everywhere. I mean, it's not like some kind of like crazy, you know, uh, Southeast Asian fruit like lychee or something like this. This is quite common in Europe and in America. But yeah, we don't, they don't have it in the US. All right, so I have made a small bowl of ice cream. You can see the pear and milk chocolate, and then we have the strawberry over here. But I also have another thing. We have these very cute chocolate sprinkles. They are a little bit crunchy. They're kind of fun. So I'll put a few on there. They're not my favorite. I do have my other favorite is the sprinkly sprinkles, the multicolored like little sticks. Anyway, so I put a couple of sprinkles on there. So let's try the strawberry first. I was going to put actual strawberries on top, but I didn't have any. I ran out slightly. Somebody might have eaten all of them. Probably Emma. Emma. Yeah, sure. Emma loves strawberries. Uh-huh. Mm. Oh my God. So the thing that I've noticed about Swedish ice cream, and I know my mom, when I brought her to Sweden, well, there's our Emma. When I brought her to Sweden, she could not stop talking about the ice cream. She would tell everybody she met back in the U.S. how good Swedish ice cream was, and she was totally right. Mm. Mm 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 mm. So I was gonna say the thing about Swedish ice cream is it has absolutely intense flavor. Like the strawberry flavor is so like vibrant. It just like explodes in your mouth. It's just crazy. Mm. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even eating any like this one does have some like berry bits in it as well. But just the ice cream itself is so flavorful. It's almost as if they design it to have flavor. I know that probably sounds strange, but in the US, a lot of the stuff they add a lot of sugar and a lot of salt, not a lot of flavor. It's almost always sugar or salt. And so you kind of miss out on things that have actual flavor. And it's kind of horrible. So to have food that actually tastes really good and has less sugar and less salt than in America, it's really a treat. Mm. Mm-hmm. It's not bad with the chocolate crunchies too. One of the things I like about sprinkles on ice cream, and this is Matthias taught me to, I mean, you wouldn't expect because he's like a proper Swede. He's kind of, you know, very reserved and very serious. But he loves sprinkles on ice cream because it's the texture. That crunchy texture is so nice. Anyway, let's try the pear. Pear with milk chocolate. You can see the little streaky bits. Hmm. Holy. Wow. That pear flavor is so incredibly intense. It's like I can't even just like describe how it's like explosive in your mouth. It's wild. Mm. Mm. I think here the sprinkles detract a little bit from the ice cream because there's this kind of crunchiness and that sort of interrupts your taste of the pear itself. Mm. Mm. Oh my goodness. This is crazy good. And again, this is ice cream and not a sorbet. Now, typically in the US, sorbets have a lot of fruit flavors. They have a lot more flavors than ice cream. Ice cream flavors tend to revolve around chocolates and caramels, sometimes strawberries, sometimes a fruit, like there's cherry sometimes. I've had peach American ice cream, but not a lot of fruit flavors. And but the fruit flavors tend to be in sorbets instead. So this is really funky and kind of cool. Mm. Mm-hmm. To try these like well, to me, unusual flavors. We saw the orange ice cream, and then now we have pear, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. And I highly encourage you to try these ice creams, especially if you come to visit. I'm going to put out a guide on how to visit Sweden, because I know not everybody can move here. But I'm going to put out a guide to kind of advise you on how to make the most of your money. Because I have traveled here on a very, very tight budget many times. So yeah, I'll give you travel tips and stuff like that, and you will get to try ice cream. It's going to be great. This next treat is sorbet, and these guys come in these little containers that are about $2.20 a piece in American, or 22 kroner, and they have a huge variety of flavors. So here we have citron, which you can see is lemon, and then we have a watermelon. You can guess what that is, and I like watermelon. I've never seen that in America in ice cream or sorbet. Similarly, lemon. Sometimes they have it mixed with some other stuff, or like lemon key lime pie or lemon pie, something like this. But these are sorbets. And then we also have mango passion, which is a mango passion fruit. I'm not sure if I've seen that combination in the U.S. And but I have seen mango for sure, sorbet. But it's cool. It's really nice. They have a huge, huge variety of flavors. I'm trying to highlight the ones that I really haven't seen in the US a lot. Now, granted, I haven't been like a sorbet freak in the US at all, so maybe they have them commonly, and also just keep in mind, I'm comparing to regular grocery stores. I'm not comparing to specialty shops, because in America, you can get everything if you want it. But this is just like regular grocery stores that I am comparing to. So I'm going to find my spoon and to show you the bowl. So the citron is the white one here. So I'm going to try this one. Has a very fresh, lemony, like you can smell it more than you can even, as well as taste it. Yeah, that one just gets all up into your olfactory senses and your head and everything. It's really good. It's a little bit tart and a little bit sweet. I think it's actually the perfect combo of those, because I think sometimes lemon ice cream can either be way too sweet if they like over sugar it, or really tart. That is nice. All right, so next we're going to try the pink one, which is a watermelon. Let's go get this one. Wow. Okay. I'm not sure how to feel about this one. It has a very strong flavor. It tastes like watermelon candy. It doesn't taste like an actual watermelon, which is kind of what I expected. Tastes more like a Jolly Rancher, which, I don't know. I feel like that kind of like watermelon flavoring rather than the real thing is a bit over the top for me. I'm not really a fan of that kind of candy flavor. It has a little hint of green as well, which is kind of nice. But, I don't know. Let's... that time I had it mixed with the mango. That mango overpowered it totally. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too sweet for my taste. The watermelon, not a big fan. I may not even eat this little bit here and focus on the other stuff instead. Let's see. Wow. The mango passion fruit is so good. Wow, this is amazing. It's got this, undertone of sweetness, but you can really taste the flavor of the mango. I've never had a passion fruit, so I don't know what they taste like. But, this mango is great. I'm going to go to the store. Next time I go, I'm going to buy a passion fruit if I can find them. They do actually tend to have weird fruits and stuff in the stores, which is very different from the US. At least my grocery store in the US did not have any kind of Asian fruits of any kind. Here you can find surprising stuff like bean sprouts that are fresh. In the US, I couldn't find them anywhere. I was sprouting my own little sprouts. I even have a sprouting kit in the kitchen. I don't know if you want to see that. Let me know if that's a thing. But, yeah. Anyway, this mango. This is nice. So, yeah, I definitely recommend the mango, which is the orange one, and the citron, the lemon. Not necessarily the watermelon, unless you really love that kind of candy taste to the watermelon. This next treat that I have, I've never tried before. I just found it today at the grocery store. It's called Mang Swiss, which is literally, as it sounds, a meringue, whereas English has the more Frenchified spelling. In Swedish, it's very, very, very meringue. Very easy. Anyway, to open this thing up, it was difficult to open up. It didn't have the typical tab. And we have this little bit of puffiness. And you see the picture is like this. So I think what happens is you're supposed to get this thing and turn it upside down on a plate and serve it this way. However, since I don't really want to keep it that way in the freezer, put it on a plate or whatever, I'm going to keep it in this thing, and I'm just going to take kind of a little slice out for you. Before we get to tasting that ice cream, I wanted to show you one more thing. Typically when you have an ice cream in these like see-through boxes, they have the most beautiful patterns. Now this one I've eaten most of it, but you can still kind of see there's like a 3D kind of like, I don't know, it just looks so pretty and has the chocolate sprinkles curls on top. It's really, really cool. I should have bought a brand new one, but I didn't have any room in the freezer. I've been trying so many ice creams, I don't have space anymore. But anyway, I wanted to show that off because my mom always remembered that. She was like, oh, and Swedish ice creams are so beautiful and so tasty. So yeah, that was one of her favorite things. So I wanted to include that in the video. But anyway, so I tried to take this out, and as you see, it came into like a tiny pile. I did cut it with a knife in the thing, but extracting it was a little bit not great. So there's a bottom layer. I don't know if you can see this very well. Yeah, there's a bottom layer of white, and then the top was mostly this brown. So let's try this out and see what it is. I've never tried meringue ice cream. I'm going to try to get a little bit of both white and brown at the same time. That's nice chocolate. Wow. So that chocolate was very smooth, very nice. A little bit hint of smokiness. It's really good. So the white tastes like cream. It doesn't even taste like vanilla. It just tastes like cream, like very plain cream. So I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be tasting the meringue. That was a bunch of chocolate bits and some more cream. That wasn't, I mean, it's fine. It's good. It just doesn't have a lot of flavor, but the chocolatey bit does. This is good. This chocolate is superb. Wow. And here I have visions of my cabinets filling up with these funny little containers with the bumps on the bottom as my new Tupperwares. The only thing I didn't like about that particular container is that normally in Sweden we have these kind of, there's a seal around the thing, and then there's a tab usually you can push down. Now this one, yeah, this one does have a tab here as well, and it kind of pushes the lid up, or you can put your fingernail in there to grab the lid up. But that one, I had to actually get a spoon to lift the lid because there was no tab, and I was kind of surprised because normally Swedish containers are predictable to open. I'm not going to say they're easy, but they are predictable. So that was a bit of a strange thing, but yeah, I do like this ice cream. It is extremely tasty. Did I even say where it was from? I don't remember what brand it was. I put it back in the freezer already when I put it into my little bowl here. Also, I don't know if you can see, there's like little bits of chocolate, which ends up as a very nice texture. It's a very thin flake. It's a tiny bit crunchy, and I really like that in an ice cream. I like sprinkles in my ice cream just for the texture part of it. It's really good. Oh, hold on. So I don't know if you can see this. This is kind of like powdery stuff. This is not ice cream. This is a meringue. This is an actual meringue. Has the texture of the sugar. Yeah, so that's a pure sugar meringue right there. But the bottom is... Okay, so analysis here. The bottom is cream. Almost vanilla, but doesn't have a strong vanilla flavor. It's just cream. Then we have a very thin layer of chocolate, which provides a little bit of crunch. Then after that is this powdery looking, I mean, this is meringue, and you know that meringue is quite, I mean, it's sugar. It's just sugar formatted into a shape. And then after that, it's supposed to be the chocolate on top. Overall, I'm really impressed with this dessert. I'm not really super big on meringues because it's basically pure sugar, but the chocolate in this is amazing. And I do love the flavor and the texture of all these like really thin bits of chocolate. I bought that one today at Ika. And yeah, that was really good. Really tasty. So I recommend that one for sure. So this video would not be complete if I didn't try one of the last strange flavors that I've found in Sweden. Now this one goes very well with another Swedish tradition, which is licorice. Specifically, very, very salty tasting licorice. Now you've probably seen videos on people trying this for the very first time. You won't get a reaction like that from me because I've tried it, and even though it tastes very strong, it's like, okay, fine, you know. It doesn't have salt, but the chemicals that are used to, or well, everything is chemicals in this world. But yeah, the stuff they put on the licorice is not salt, but it makes you taste salt flavor in your mouth. So anyway, I chose one of many, many, many boxes of licorice ice cream. So these are ice cream bars, Licorice, Licorice. And I was amused that there were like skulls all over it. You can see there's skulls everywhere. I'm like, what is this? So this is an entry here from Seglas again. And we have a little Swedish little pride thing, which I really love. There's most of the products we get here are actually made in Sweden. I think in the US, a lot of them are imported from different parts of the world. But anyway, I'm going to try this. It opens like a little treasure box. And then you get these very colorful wrappers, which are kind of crazy. If you like skulls, this is your thing. But I was amused. I'm like, is this like for children they're advertising? Or is this like super, super salty tasting licorice? I don't know. However, I'm going to say that like, I'm not a big fan of this salty licorice. I don't like it at all. I don't really like licorice in general. It's not a thing for me. But I'm going to try this just to give you my impressions. So if you like licorice, probably don't listen to what I'm saying because I'm sure that it's probably good. But I'm just not a big fan of licorice. But anyway, need to put this in the video because it's very Swedish. So here we are. Here's the ice cream bar. It's kind of oval shaped, interestingly. Wow. Okay, so the outside is not really chocolate. It's like this licorice flavor. It's very strong. The ice cream itself tastes funny. It's quite good. The white part, I can't even put my finger on what the flavor is on this stuff. But the outside is definitely licorice flavored. It's not chocolate. I don't know what the ice cream is. I wish I could buy that ice cream without the licorice because the ice cream actually tastes really good. But the box shows us also that there's going to be licorice bits in between. Some more of these layers of stuff. I think I'm coming on one here. But, oh yeah, there's definitely a layer here. Oh, strong licorice. I don't care about the salty flavor, but I also don't really like the taste of licorice. So you can see there's some like 3 streaks over there. That's some more licorice flavoring in this ice cream. I wish I could get the ice cream without it, without the licorice bits. But that is all we're going to have for our ice cream adventure. I hope you have enjoyed this video. This has taken me about a month to record all of these different flavors and stuff because you can't eat that much ice cream every day. That's just not a cool thing. Way too much sweetness and sugar. But overall, my general impressions are Swedish ice cream's awesome. It has a lot less sugar than American ice cream and a lot more flavor. That is very, very obvious. I know in the US, when I wanted to buy a chocolate ice cream, it was really difficult because a lot of them, they just rely on sugar and not actually on flavor. So you kind of are left unsatisfied. And maybe that's the point. Maybe the manufacturers just want you to eat and eat and eat. But in contrast, when I have just a little bit of ice cream here, it's so nice. You just have a little bit and you're satisfied, and that it kind of like alleviates that or satisfies the craving for some sweetness or a little bit of dessert after dinner or whatever, and you just feel good and you don't feel like you need to eat a bucket of it, which is why I find those little containers, those little oval containers, they're nice. You have several portions. You don't have to eat the entire thing in one go. You can eat it over several, at least 4 or 5 different servings of that kind of stuff. And normally when I have ice cream or sorbet, I'll choose maybe 1 or 2 flavors and have a little bit of each of them just for the flavor, because they are just so satisfying. Yeah, anyway, it's a different kind of culture, and I'm really delighted to share that with you because I really love being here. And like I've told people ask me, oh, why did you move here? And I'm like, well, if you move overseas and take the trouble and the time and the expense to do so, you better be moving to the best country in the world. And so anyway, I'm really delighted to share stuff with you. If you want to see me try different foods or anything, any ideas for a video, if you want me to experience something in Sweden, I'll do my best to do so. I'm still kind of nursing my foot, which is not totally healed yet. One foot is completely healed, but the other is still working. So I can't do a lot of walking. I was going to go to the island of Birka, which is, they have like a Viking reconstruction stuff going on during the summertime especially, but that's a lot of walking. So my nurse is like, you should go, but no, you shouldn't go. So I'm going to follow my nurse's advice and not go. And but there are plenty of things other to do. Let me know if you have a specific wish, or if you are outside of Sweden and you have questions about Sweden, and maybe I can answer them in a video or make a video on certain topics and stuff like that. Love to hear from you. So thank you so very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you next time.